Someone asked what was the freak accident that I had for my previous goldfish, OJ, may God rest his soul. And I'm gonna get into that right now. I actually had two previous goldfishes before Sushi and Soy were ever in this tank. So there was actually two other goldfishes that lived in this tank before these two guys, and their names were OJ, short for orange juice, and the other one, Joe, J-O, which is just the opposite of OJ. Now, when it came to OJ and Joe, they were beautiful fishes. One of them was a Blackmore, Joe, that was a Blackmore, and the other one was OJ, he was just a regular fantail. Now, when it came to the problems that OJ and Joe had, there are two things. So with Joe, the one thing that was a very bad problem with her is that she had swim bladder disease, or swim bladder illness, whatever you want to call it. I think it's disease. What regulates a fish to go up and down is their swim bladder. If their swim bladder is somewhat fucked up, they will stay at the very top of the tank or at the very bottom of the tank. Usually it's mostly at the top because they're kind of bloated. When they eat a little bit of food or the slightest amount of food, they will just keep them going straight up and they'll just stay stuck up here. And it's just gonna slowly deteriorate their health because whenever they eat, they're just gonna get worse. To combat that, you usually would feed them peas, deshelled peas. You would boil the peas and then deshell them and then feed them to the fish. It's kind of like a little snack, but it's also like a laxative for them. So with that, it also helps keep that swim bladder in check. Well, fast forward for Joe, she eventually just got worse and worse and worse. And I eventually got to the point of almost euthanizing her because I just didn't know, it was just a good quality of life. But I had a partner at the time that told me to just kind of keep trying, and I did, and she eventually got a little bit better. But eventually time took its toll, and on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, she passed away. The other one, OJ, that was a freak accident. Now, with OJ, the one thing that happened, when I moved into this apartment, I put him in a container. And what I accidentally did was I accidentally kind of covered it up. The thing is, goldfish need air. Without any air, they're gonna be suffocated, and eventually that's what happened to OJ, and it was a kind of a free accident because when I got here, it was already said and done. He was only in that container for, I think, less than 5 minutes, and by that point, it was done. So I was really sad about that. OJ was a very big fish, bigger than Sushi, actually, and I had OJ for about 2 to 3 years, so I was very devastated when I lost OJ and Joe, but more devastated for OJ just because he was a really healthy fish, and it was just my fault on that, and I really hope that he's in fish heaven. And so now we're left with Sushi and Soy. Sushi actually did meet OJ and Joe, so he actually did know them both. Soy did not meet any of them, but Sushi has. Sushi has actually been with me for about, I think, almost a year now. Yeah, on Christmas, around Christmas time, it will be marked as a year.